Okay, Maha. We're doing well so far. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. Let's come down here. So in addition to reputation and names, emotions are on us in Gaelic. Emotions are on us. So, va an checkal blank. So, blank was afraid. And that's a smoother translation. Literally, we're saying the fear was on whoever or whatever. The cat, the dog, the moose, the eagle, the panda. Va an checkal. Ekal. Ekal means fear. Yeah. An checkal, the fear. Gaelic likes to put the on things. The fear, the dinner, the breakfast, etc. It can sound a little strange to our English-speaking ears, but it makes a big difference if you start putting the on things in your Gaelic. Okay, va an checkal. So fear was on. Let's say fear was on them, meaning they were afraid. Fear was on them. Va an checkal. Orra. There we are. They were afraid. Va an checkal orra. Fear was on them. Straightforward. What about she was afraid? Fear was on her. Va an checkal ura. Yep. She was afraid. On him? Fear was on him. Va an checkal ed. Whoop. There we go. It's straightforward. Once you get used to where you put the form of on them or on him, on her, etc., once you get used to putting it, in the right spot in the sentence, things start to smooth out pretty quickly. Okay, so va an checkal orra, they were afraid. Va an checkal ed, he was afraid. Va an checkal ura, fear was on her, she was afraid. Nice. And emotions are a pretty useful topic to have mastery over in Gaelic. Absolutely. And we'll look at that in a future video. Absolutely. Not necessarily in this Witcher series, although maybe. We'll see. But we'll take a closer look at emotions. Just know for now that they're on you. And this is a really good thing, actually. This is a very positive thing. And we'll see why in that future video about emotions. Okay, emotions are on you in Gaelic, names are on you in Gaelic, reputation is on you in Gaelic. What do we have here? Just some verbs, some action words. And these are incredibly important in Gaelic. I would say they're one of the most important things to know in Gaelic is your verbs, your actions. Otherwise your Gaelic doesn't go anywhere. Pun not really intended. So let's start with this one. Yeah, we'll go up like that. Va mia bryn. Va mia bryn. I was talking or speaking. Blank. So this phrase that we're going to look at is talking about something. And yes, we could use muyen or mun. Maybe you've seen that, M-U-N. However, I was taught we could use on as well. Talking on something, speaking on, like you're speaking on a subject. On the topic of this, right? So it's not that crazy to say speaking on something. Also, it's much more straightforward when it comes to grammar. Much more straightforward. You don't have to use the genitive. I'm not saying to avoid it completely, but if you can save yourself the stress, it's worth it sometimes, I think. All right. Va mi a bryn. I was speaking on something. Yeah, I was speaking about it. I was talking about it. we can add in a little ending here. Vami abruin blank anje. I was speaking about something yesterday. There we go. Nice, nice. That feels more robust. Great. Vami abruin blank anje. I was talking about them. What do? We have three options. Orra, Orra, or er. Orra. I was speaking on them. I was speaking on the topic of them, about them, yesterday. Nice. Vami abruin Orra anje. I was speaking about them yesterday. Like in conversation, so-and-so's, going on vacation, or, my brother's going, he's entering his third year in uni, and I was just talking about him the other day. Yeah. Or, you were talking about him last time we spoke. Yeah, talking about. Kleva. Vami abruin Orra anje. I was talking about them yesterday, or speaking about them yesterday. What about speaking about her? Vami abruin Orra. Vami abruin Orra anje. I was speaking about her yesterday. I was speaking about him. I was talking about him yesterday. Vami abruin ed. We want our ed. Ed. Here it is. Talking about him. There we have it. Nice. So remember, talking on someone can mean talking about them in Gaelic. And it is a more straightforward way to do it. It doesn't look like it, but if you use muyein, then you're using the genitive, speaking of the da-da-da-da-da. It can get to be a bit much. Okay, maha. Nice. That looks good. Vami abruin er. And we can change me to like sheen. We were talking about him. We were talking about them. We were talking about her. So you can change that me to something else. Change the time of it. Be me abruin er. I will be talking about him. I will be talking about them tomorrow. And just like how we had a reputation up here, reputation being on someone or something, you can be speaking about something. So this would be speaking about something that is technically feminine in Gaelic, speaking about something that's technically masculine in Gaelic. Kleva. Okay, very nice, very nice. We're almost done here. We're almost there. Almost there. Okay, vami a koyet. A koyet means watching. It's more than just looking, it's more sustained attention. A koyet. A koyet. A koyet. Yeah, a koyet. a bruin, a koyet. A koyet. Nice. So I was watching blank. Okay, so another phrase that might not be so obvious, like speaking on, talking on someone, meaning talking about them, watching on someone or something. Yeah, watching on them. It's like your focus is on them, your attention, your sustained attention's on them. Your eyes are on them. Ooh, think of it that way. Your eyes are on them. Let's do that. Yeah. Your eyes are on them, watching on them. Kleva. So what do? I was watching them. Vami a koyet. Orra. There we go. I was watching them. Maybe, looking after some kids, watching them, or maybe watching the birds come to the feeder, watching some wild animals in another place, watching the birds, watching the bees in the insects in summer going from flower to flower. Vami akoyet. Vami akoyet. Orra. I was watching them. Agus vami chotalichja. Okay. I was watching it. I was watching it, and it's a masculine it. It's a masculine thing. Vami akoyet ed. It or him. Oh gosh. I was watching him. Oh, I was watching him on TV. Or I was watching, maybe the dog loves being outside and just kind of runs around in the garden a lot, out in the yard. So I was watching him. I was watching on him in Gaelic. Vami akoyet ed. I was watching him, the dog, or maybe the cat, pets, this kind of thing. Gleva. All right. And what about something that's grammatically feminine, technically feminine in Gaelic? Vami akoyet Orra. There we go. Straightforward. Done. And this can mean it or her. So I was watching her. I was watching her. I was watching him. I was watching them. They could be people or things. Or, creatures too. Gleva. All right. Last one here. So we're still looking at verbs here. Vami egiari blank coffee ayianu. I want blank to make coffee. I want blank to make coffee. There we go. So when you are wanting on someone, it's like your wishes are put on them. Your instructions are put on them. Your demands are put on them. Some people can be like that, absolutely. Egiari ed. Egiari ed. Wanting on someone. Wanting someone to do something. In Gaelic, you're wanting them to do that is on them. Okay, so I want him to make coffee. I'd like him to make coffee. Oh, I'm so tired. I just want him to make coffee. Ha mi egiari ed. Ha mi egiari ed coffee ayianu. I want him to make coffee. Yep, gleva. I want her to make coffee. She does a really wonderful job and puts all sorts of interesting flavors in it. I want her to make the coffee. Ha mi egiari Orra coffee ayianu. There we have it. I want them to make coffee. To heck with it, I just want them to make coffee. Ha mi egiari Orra coffee ayianu. I want them to make coffee. So, to summarize here, there are a lot of different situations in which having the forms of on is very useful in Gaelic. With certain actions, like wanting someone to do something, you want on them. If you're watching something, you watch on it. If you're speaking about something, you can speak on it. So, with actions, these are very handy to know, are forms of on. Emotions are on us, like fear. The fear is on them. Reputation's on you, and so is your name. Yeah. Here are a lot of examples of our three friends here in action. Ed, on him or on it. Orra, on it or on her. Orra, on them. Gleva. So these are absolutely invaluable when it comes to shortening up your sentences. Have fun with them. Try them out a little bit. If they make your head hurt, forget about them for a while. Come back later. Once you understand that these are different forms of on, and there are situations that use them, you'll understand more of what you hear, what you read. And that's crucial, because it's making a nice foundation in your mind. It's like planting a seed, watering it a lot, so that you'll be able to use it more easily yourself when it blooms in your mind. So please don't be too hard on yourself if this seems like gobbledygook and crazy stuff. One day it won't. Just have a go at this, try it out, take a break, come back to it. Totally fine to review, kind of get more out of it. You don't have to get everything on the first try. I don't know anyone who ever has, including myself. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next story video. Gleva.